Good morning. We are back on trail. Today is the day where we're doing the really long 19.5 mile day. I couldn't figure out how to make this day kind of closer to a 15 or 16. There really isn't any other shelters and stuff. It's just the way that the distances between all lined up. So anyway, we still got to do a long day today. But it was kind of nice how I kind of was by myself in the shelter area and most everybody else was camped kind of further away, but people kept showing up throughout the night, being the first. It's just the first night out of town, so it was kind of expected. So we probably had 12 to 15 people in the shelter area, but this morning, I'm usually up by like 5:30 at the absolute earliest and like 5:45 or so. Sunrise is like 6, so I'm kind of up and out as soon as I can when the sun's up. But this morning there was a group that was just so loud. They are all up at like 5 a.m. using white headlamps and stuff, just breaking every rule of like camping in camp. And it was a group of NOBOs, so like they know what they're doing. They've been out here for almost 1,800 miles. I don't know why they were just being the way they were. Just as loud as they possibly could, talking, bagging tent stakes as loud as they could to like knock the dirt off of them. Like, I don't know how you could have possibly been any louder, but it was just ridiculous. So they got up at like 5 a.m. doing all that nonsense. Anyway, got a couple of good-sized mountains we're going to be going over, and for the first couple miles I don't think it's going to be too bad though. Also, two more things I forgot to mention. I broke the tip off of one of my trekking poles yesterday. It was somewhere like the last hour or so while I was hiking. I didn't notice exactly when I broke it. It's just at one point I noticed the tip was gone. And it still works just fine. It's just the tip is gone on one of them. The other one's probably going to break off any day because it was also in pretty bad shape. And I still had really bad back pain all throughout yesterday when I was in camp. And trying to sleep in different positions, and I still have really bad back pain this morning. It's just like a knot in my upper right side of my back. It feels like the size of a baseball or something. I wasn't able to massage it out well enough at all, and I took some Advil. I took some Advil this morning to see if that helps, but it still really hurts right now. I don't know what it's coming from. I've never had kind of isolated back pain like this before. This is the last water for the next 8 miles till we're up and over Smarts Mountain. So I'm gonna fill up here. It looks very nice. I'm at the last little road crossing pull-off area. Smarts Mountain and shelter is 3.9 miles. It's all uphill from here. Smarts Mountain. I think this next, all this bit's called Lambert's Ridge. And we still got to go up and over that hill. That's not the top yet. The top of Smarts is on the other side of that, so even still. Look at these views, mountains all you can see. There's Smarts Mountain. 2 miles away still. I can see the fire tower on top pretty clear. So we gotta walk all through all that and then up to the top. Let's see if I can zoom in on where the fire tower's at. There we go. then the last half mile. Man, this has been a very long, steep at times, uphill. Oh. Extremely steep. You know, I am trying to do almost 20 miles today. We'll see about that. The problem is I have reservations, so again, I'm on a time schedule. And I can't change the reservations because everywhere is completely booked solid. Everywhere. This makes it a pain in the butt. This is maybe only the second time I've seen rebar on the trail. Okay, it's leveling off now. I think we're just about near the top. I just passed a sign for the split off for the designated tenting area that's up here. And then there's some other facilities and stuff up here, I think. This is definitely one of the top, most difficult climbs we've done the entire AT. Oh, it's just, wears you out when it's like uphill for so many miles and then they're so steep. That took a long time just to come up. Here's the Smarts Mountain Fire Tower. Let's see if I can make it up. Looks about the same as the others, so should not have a problem. Should be an incredible view up there. Well, I didn't make it to the top, but I have an excuse. They locked the latch. But it's awesome up here. As far as where we're going next, we're going to walk out that way a little bit. Over there, and then down that ridge line. Down, and then up that next mountain. That's Mount Cube. And then somewhere on the other side of that for a ways is where I'm ending up for tonight. But all those bigger peaks just off that way in the distance, those are all the white mountains way out that way. So that way is further north. Out to the west. And south of us. Enjoy the nice little break up there. Now we're making our way down Smarts Mountain. Hopefully it's not as bad as coming up. It just depends on how rocky and stuff it gets. Maybe some steep bits, I don't know. We'll see. So far it's been way easier going down Smarts than coming up it. I feel like I'm making up for lost time and how slow it was going up. Going down is just fine, nice and smooth. Relatively speaking. Eastman Ledges, Hexacuba Shelter, we'll take a break there, 1.3, and the Mount Cube Summit, 4.4, that's the next big mountain to tackle. Or maybe it's closer to 3.1. Yeah, I think it is closer to 3.1 actually, as I was just looking. But on a side note, I've noticed this little symbol. So the Dartmouth Outdoor Club does a lot of the maintaining of the trail in this section, and that's their little symbol, the big D for Dartmouth, and then OC for Outdoor Club. Now we're making our way up Mount Cube, and it's the heat of the day. Easily 85 plus degrees. Feels like super humid. I'm sweating like crazy. Hexacuba Shelter is not too far, so we'll take a break when we stop there. This is the Eastman Ledges. There's the split off for the Hexacuba Shelter, going uphill. Oh, some kind of map for it. Uphill and on the right, 0.2, okay. There it is. And it was a really steep 0.2 uphill. Don't come here unless you really want to. That's why they call it Hexacuba. Oh man. Yeah, I like this one. This one's super cool. I guess there's some tent sites over that way. Ground doesn't look too level though, so good luck with that. Back on trail, and the march up Mount Cube continues in extreme heat. Popped out with a view for a second. It's weird how every view has Smarts Mountain in it, whether you're to the south of it or north of it. You can always see Smarts Mountain. Now I get to scramble up this. Mount Cube is tough, but Smarts was more difficult, definitely. Let's see, rock cairns over this way. There's definitely a lot less blazes, so it's harder to know exactly where you're going, but there's some cairns and rock piles and stuff every once in a while. Yeah, this way. Well, out to Smarts Mountain again. It's the temperature that makes it so difficult. It is way too hot out here. We're back at danger levels of heat exhaustion. Dude, if I can pull this off and do 19 miles in this temperature and this terrain, I need to pat myself on the back. Made it to the top. There's the summit sign for Mount Cube. And the only view we get is looking at Smarts Mountain. Can never look towards the whites unless you're up in the fire tower, apparently. So far going down Mount Cube is more difficult than going down Smarts Mountain, but it's not too bad. It's just a little slow going. I think we're done with most of the hill climbing for the day. I just crossed a stream, loaded up there. I got 3 liters. Water at the site I'm aiming for. Looked kind of iffy if there was going to be some there easily to collect. So I figured I'd just load up here. And I think we got 3 miles left. Terrain should be pretty decent, so now I'm just going to kind of try to speed walk it and get there. Ugh. War Hill tent site, 0.6. Yeah, 19.5 mile day is too much. I'm way too tired at this point. And I passed some people who were aiming for this site as well, and they said there was another big group of people who were all aiming for this site that's probably already going to be there, so I don't know, there could be like 10 to 15 people in a site designed for like 5. So I got that to look forward to. Okay, I guess this is our exit. Oh man. The last half mile was like a massive uphill. I did not need that at the end of the day. Well, I guess this is it. And it just started raining. There's nobody here. I think the rain is just gonna sprinkle a little bit, so I'm not worried. I guess there's little tenting areas scattered about. I guess I'll just grab something here, I don't know. Oh, I guess those other 3 guys I passed though were all coming here. Everybody else they were thinking of must have moved on. That's cool. These little sites kind of suck. But whatever, I'll find something. There's where I'm at. And time for get dinner. I just got my water boiled up, just added it to my beef stroganoff. Now I'm gonna go find some suitable tree to hang my food bag on. It keeps intermittently raining, but it's not too bad. I feel like I just need to quickly get food down, hang my bag, and go hide in my tent. The mosquitoes out here are pretty bad as well. Okay, I got dinner done. Right now I'm just hiding from the mosquitoes. I'm gonna get set up the rest of the way in my tent, take care of the usual, and that's about it for the night. I think the sun goes down in like, oh, maybe an hour or so, something like that. But I'm still alone here at the campsite. I guess some people would be here already. They must have moved on, and then there was 3 others right behind me, but I thought they would have been here by now, so they may have decided to stay at a stealth site earlier, or I don't know. Anyway, we'll see if anybody else shows up, but I think that's about it for now. So we did a good 19.5-mile day over some rough terrain up and down those mountains, but tomorrow is one big mountain. We got Moosilauke to tackle, so that's going to be awesome. And stopping into the Hiker's Welcome Hostel just for some snacks and stuff before we tackle the big climb. So that'll be all tomorrow. So again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning. I had some company last night, so 3 other hikers joined. It's not the 3 same that I ran into, it was 3 other guys showed up. So they were still sleeping, so I had to sneak out of there kind of quiet. But overall that campsite kind of sucked. None of the spots were really level that well. Anyway, about halfway through the day's miles is the Hiker's Welcome Hostel, so we'll drop in there and just get filled up on snacks and stuff before we head up Mount Moosilauke. We'll tackle that monster today. It's probably one of the most famous mountains on the entire AT. And this is going to be a good proper, like, from low elevation all the way up. Massive climb and a massive descent down the back. But I think the shelter we're aiming at for the tonight is it's like halfway down the backside. So we're not going all the way down today. So that's all coming up. Something else I forgot to mention was with my back. So yesterday morning I took some Advil, and the pain went away shortly after that, and then it was fine hiking through all the day. The last like 2 hours of the day I could feel something coming back, but it never got really as bad as it ever was the day before. It was just kind of mild, something was there kind of thing. And that's kind of how it is right now. I'm not going to take any medication just yet and see if it gets worse throughout the day or anything, but I just kind of feel there's a small knot in my back, but it's not really that painful or bad or anything right now, so I'm just going to see how it goes. trail's not too bad this morning, just mild ups and downs. I can maintain a pretty decent cruising pace. I think this morning's gonna go by quick. Before we know it, we'll be dropped into the road crossing, go check out the hostel. We'll be halfway done for the day already. Well, this might be the only view of Mount Moosilauke we get from a distance. It's that tall one just up there. I just ran into a couple of ladies day hiking, and they had some little mandarin oranges and stuff with them. They were looking for through hikers to pass out some fruit, so got a little trail magic. Thanks again. And now we're out of the woods, made it to the road crossing, going down the road just like a 0.2 or so, and we'll get to the Hiker's Welcome Hostel. I can afford like an hour break or so there. I'm just gonna chill and load up on soda and candy bars and get ready for a massive climb. Alright, I'm starting to get settled into the hostel. We got some snacks and stuff in there. They got a bunch of stuff in the fridge. I didn't see candy bars, but we got soda, Pop-Tarts. They have these little Jimmy Dean sausage things. I got that going. And might get some ice cream sandwiches later, maybe. We'll see what I get for round 2. I'll just settle up at the end. I'll hang out here for a while, and then we'll tackle Moosilauke. Okay, we're done at the Hiker's Welcome Hostel. That place was awesome. You know, it looks like first thing back in the woods is we got to get to the stairs that disappear straight into the water. Might be able to rock hop it. I don't want to change my shoes out. There's maybe just enough rocks. We'll see you on the other side. I'll put my camera away for this one. Made it across just fine. Feet are still dry. So, what else I was going to say is definitely try to time. If you're going to do the AT, I would highly recommend staying at the Hiker's Welcome Hostel. That place seemed awesome. But you'd have to set it up to when you leave Hanover to try to time it to get in there. My distance pacing just didn't work out for that. I'm hitting it in the middle of the day. It's cool to stay there for a couple of reasons. First of all, the place looked cool. It's got all your hiker amenities, everything you would need. It's like a real good established hostel. And then we're right at the base of Mount Moosilauke, so when you get up and hike out in the morning, you got fresh legs and everything, and you just bam, up and over the mountain. And then you can get off at like Kinsman's Notch or something and then get into the next town from there or whatever. But now we're doing this with already broken in legs for the day, and it's going to be the heat of the day. It doesn't feel too hot right now, but it's going to be warm marching all the way up. We got like, I don't know, 6 miles, 5 something to get to the summit. Something like that. It's just going to get progressively steeper as we go. Arrived at the Jeffers Brook shelter. Gonna just stop in here for a minute and sign the log. Jeffers Brook shelter. Last one before going up and over. Just signed the book. And time to continue. Okay, Moosilauke Summit 3.9. I'm ready for whatever it throws at us. Looks like a trail crossing and some trail magic. 8:27, I think that's today. Oh, it's empty. Yeah, there's a bunch of people here. Today ahead of me. Man, they cleared it out. I don't know what that alarm is. It's probably like a weekly test of something. And also, I have no idea which way the trail goes. There are a severe lack of trail signage in the north. So far, not so bad. Just a steady uphill. Still making our way up. So far, water going up's been pretty good. I think this is the last reliable water source on the way up. So I'm gonna load up here. There might be some more smaller streams we cross, but the shelter itself is only 4.5 miles away, so that's not even that bad. So far, I'd say this isn't that bad. Smart's Mountain was worse. Smart's Mountain was more steep and more technical. This is just kind of a long steep. But you can maintain a steady pace going up. I think this is easier than Smarts and Cube, but the fact that it's 20 degrees colder than it was yesterday is also swaying that decision. It feels like it's in the high 60s versus the high 80s, and it's still not that bad. This is kind of easy to go up. It's just like doing stairs. I don't know. It looks rough, but it's just that it's kind of long and continuous. That's not that bad, just take lots of breaks. Well, I made it to a split off where you can go to the south peak, 1/10 of a mile. I think I'm going to skip it though and just go for the main summit. And it should be a lot flatter from here on out for a bit. Yeah, this looks really nice. Yeah, that last like half mile was definitely a little more technical, but I don't know. We made it this far. The summit should be awesome. And also, I think the summit is like above tree line, so this will be the first like legitimate mountain where we get above tree line. This is a really cool ridgeline walk section. You can tell we're just right on the top of it all. It's right to the left and right. It just opens up. Can't wait till we get to the very top. You can see the summit from here. What a perfect day to be doing this. It's just incredible. Mount Moosilauke summit, 4,802 feet. Awesome. And that'd be the White Mountains. Here's where we came from. I just love how I can see everything we're going to be going into for the next week. Franconia Ridge back there, the presidential's all the way in the back. I mean, that could even be Mount Washington itself, the tallest one in the distance, but I'm not 100% sure. It's back there somewhere. Something I just realized and forgot about was that the summit of Mount Moosilauke itself was mile marker 1,799.9. So 0.1 past the summit sign was 1,800 miles. But I didn't notice any pile of rocks or anything denoting that, and I forgot to look for it. So, whatever. We're officially past 1,800 miles, though, at this point. So far, going down this side has been slightly easier than coming up. There's a couple of flat sections like this, some technical steep sections. The really bad stuff, apparently, is supposed to be past the Beaver Brook shelter, where I'm going to be staying at. So tomorrow morning it's going to be rough. It's going to be very steep, very rocky, very dangerous. And can be extremely slippery when icy or wet. Be cautious. Consider an alternate route. Yep. I don't think any rain is in the forecast. So, I don't know. It might be okay. Now we're starting to get a little steep. That down there is the turnoff for the Beaver Brook shelter. That is going to be home for the night. Definitely getting in early. It's only like 3:30. I've been debating a little bit whether to continue. Get to a mile and a half or so. It finishes the rest of the descent, and then it gets to a road crossing. A lot of people are getting off there. I think that's Kinsman's Notch, and you can easily get to a hostel and stuff, but I don't know. I think I'm just going to stay here tonight, catch up on editing and whatnot. There's the shelter, just right off trail a little bit. It looked like tenting options were not going to really happen. I think there was one wooden tent platform, but you'd need a freestanding tent for that. And there's no mosquitoes up here, so I think I'm just going to shelter it. Nice little wooded spot. Little gap in the trees for a view. I think I'll get settled in. Well, I'm a little more settled in now. Got the corner. So far it's just me. I think I'm just going to do the usual. Probably wait a little bit before I start dinner, but I'll snack on some stuff and just work on some video editing. There's actually some signal here, so I can like get on YouTube and mess around and whatnot, which is kind of nice. Otherwise, we're just chilling for a bit. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight. Got dinner and everything taken care of. Got a few more hikers that have showed up, so I think the shelter itself is going to be kind of full. And then we got a couple tented out back in the few tenting spots that there were here. So, again, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to hike out, try to get all the way to Franconia Notch and into the motel that I've got reservations at. I forget the name, but it'll be a good long day for tomorrow. So we'll see you guys then.